There's a profound truth concerning the psychology of individuals who withdraw into silence when distressed, a truth most of us misunderstand. When pain strikes, they don't weep or engage in arguments. They utter not a single word. More often than not, their response is a seemingly simple, "I'm fine." But beneath that facade lies a silent plea. Please just give me space. We tend to misinterpret this quietude, labeling it as avoidance, passive aggression, or a lack of courage to confront their feelings. However, this silence is far from hollow. Within, a tempest rages, a cacophony of thoughts and emotions so overwhelming that the mind effectively seizes up, rendering speech nearly impossible, even if they yearn to express themselves. If you find yourself shutting down when hurt, or if you're baffled by a loved one who retreats during conflict, this exploration is for you. Today, we'll demystify this silent exterior through a psychological lens, focusing on how to connect with their inner world without causing further distress. To truly grasp the mindset of someone who becomes silent, we must abandon the common misconception that choosing to speak or remain silent is a conscious, rational decision. Psychological and modern neuroscience research, particularly Dr. Stephen Porges's Polyvagal Theory, reveals that our autonomic nervous system operates beyond our conscious control. When confronted with a perceived threat, such as emotional pain or intense conflict, the nervous system reacts on 3 distinct levels. The first is social engagement, characterized by a calm state where we can articulate our feelings, saying, "What you just said was hurtful." The second is the fight or flight response, triggered by rising stress, leading to arguments, raised voices, or hasty departures. However, when pain becomes unbearable, and the nervous system deems that neither confrontation nor escape will resolve the situation, it activates the most primal and intense level, dorsal vagal shutdown, often referred to as the freeze state. Picture their system as an electronic device overloaded with a surge of power. As a protective measure against complete burnout, an automatic safety mechanism engages, shutting everything down. The silence you observe is precisely when this switch is flipped. Physiologically, their heart rate diminishes, muscles tense, and crucially, the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for logic and language, temporarily disengages from the emotional centers, like the amygdala. In essence, verbal expression becomes inaccessible. Even if a torrent of thoughts bombards their mind, they lack the immediate capacity to translate those thoughts into audible words. Therefore, when you press them, demanding, "Why aren't you saying anything? How long will this silence last?" It's akin to expecting someone with a broken leg to run a marathon. Their silence is not a form of rejection, but a fundamental biological defense mechanism, safeguarding their core from disintegration. At such moments, their entire energy is dedicated to self-preservation against an emotional onslaught. The inclination to freeze under duress isn't an instantaneous development. It's a survival strategy honed over time. While many attribute this silence to personality traits, from a psychological standpoint, it typically stems from one of 3 primary origins. The first cause is rooted in childhood adversity. No child instinctively chooses to conceal their distress. Infants cry when hungry, express anger vocally, and seek attention when needed. These are inherent reactions. However, as noted by psychologist John Bowlby, the pioneer of attachment theory, our adult responses to pain often mirror how our early caregivers reacted to us. In environments where crying is perceived as bothersome, anger is met with punishment, or sadness is dismissed, A child's developing brain forms a detrimental association. Expressing vulnerability leads to the loss of affection, which equates to danger. To survive and avert abandonment, these children learn to suppress their tears, constructing an internal fortress of silence. Years later, when faced with relationship conflicts, this ingrained pattern resurfaces, triggering the same survival response, where withdrawal feels like the only safeguard against renewed hurt. The second cause is the lingering impact of toxic relationships. Consider a relationship marked by manipulation, such as gaslighting, where your words were constantly twisted. Whenever you attempted to articulate your feelings, your own statements were weaponized against you. The situation inverted. You were attacked, or you were made the scapegoat. Explanations were dissected. Tears were dismissed as victimhood. After prolonged exposure to an environment where anything you say can and will be used against you, your nervous system adapts by ceasing communication. Silence becomes a chosen strategy, not due to a lack of things to say, but as a hard-won lesson that speaking exacerbates the situation, and self-protection is paramount to seeking understanding. The third cause is a personality style known as high sensitivity, a trait researched extensively by psychologist Dr. Elaine Aron. Highly sensitive individuals process information and emotions far more deeply than the average person. A casual disagreement that another person quickly forgets may echo in their mind for hours or even days. Their mind continues replaying every word, every facial expression, searching for meaning and possible mistakes. Eventually, the emotional system becomes overloaded, and silence becomes the only remaining way to reduce stimulation. So what should you do when someone you love goes silent? First, resist the urge to force communication. Pressure only convinces their nervous system that the environment remains unsafe. Instead, offer calm presence without expectations. Sometimes, the greatest act of love is creating enough safety for words to return on their own. Silence does not always mean someone has stopped caring. Often it means they care so deeply that their nervous system has become overwhelmed. Behind their quiet exterior is usually not indifference, but fear, exhaustion, and an invisible battle you cannot see. Understanding this changes the question from, why won't they talk, to, what happened that made silence feel safer than speaking? Compassion begins the moment we stop judging the behavior and start understanding the pain beneath it. Sometimes, the kindest thing you can offer another human being is not more questions, but enough safety for their voice to find its way back. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. If this story helped you understand yourself or someone you love, I'd be happy to have you here. Subscribe for more psychology explained through simple stories. Until next time, be gentle with yourself.